Hey guys, what is up? Vero here. As you can see here, I have a bunch of planner supplies. We are going to be going over some planner supply recommendations. These are just some of my favorite things to kind of get you started, but then also some more advanced stuff if you're really getting into planning and you really kind of want to up your planning supply game, I guess. So we're just going to jump into it. So to start, we are going to talk about pens. My personal favorite is the Papermate Inkjoy gel pen. I have mine in the 0.5. As you can see, I have two black ones here and I have a green one. I actually have an entire set of colored ones that I just keep in this thing. These are absolutely hands down my favorite pens. The color ones are in 0.7, but all the black ones are in 0.5. I feel like either size works really well. The reason I really like this for planning is because it writes really well on both glossy and matte, which as someone that uses both, that's really important to me. It's really good quality. They're not very expensive. You can get them in packs. You can get them in like a pack of 3. You can get them in a pack of like 10. These are hands down my favorite. There's a reason a lot of planner girls mention this pen because I really like it. There's some people that don't like it, but personally, absolutely love it. That's why I have several of the black ones and I bought a whole bunch in a colored one. Some other pen options are just a Sharpie pen. I have one in orange and teal, which I think I got in 2 separate mystery kits, but I also have a black one. I just couldn't find it. I don't know where I put it. Oops. I like these for writing on matte stickers. I do not like these for writing on glossy because I find that they tend to smudge a little bit. If you do decide to use it on glossy, please be careful. Make sure it's fully dried before you close it, or before you turn the page, or rub your hand over it or something. These do write really well on matte, but I find the glossy is where it can get a little smudgy. Another option are some Staedtler pens. I have mine in just this little pack that I got at Michael's a while back, and I forgot to mention, but all these pens you can find in places like Michael's, any other craft store, Target, Walmart. You can find them on Amazon. You can probably find them on eBay. You can probably find a planner friend if they don't sell them where you live to maybe send you some. But yeah, so anyway, let's go back to the Staedtler. I got the Tri-Plus 10 in the 0.4 millimeter. I like these pens and I don't like these pens. I don't really use them for my normal everyday planning. That's what I use my Inkjoy one for, but I do use these if I ever need to color code something. They write fairly well, but I feel like they have trouble sometimes on matte. They write pretty well on glossy, and they can sometimes smudge, but they're not really my favorite. I prefer a little bit bigger tip than the 0.4. So now that we've gone over pens, I wanted to kind of go over some other little accessories that you could maybe get for your planning. I really like Postit Notes. These are from Planning Rose's mystery kit. So I have a couple of these from other kits. I just really like them to write quick notes down, or if I have a video list for that week, I can write it down, or if I have a shopping list and I just put it in my pre-planning page in my planner, and then that way I don't forget. I also like these really tiny ones because I will denote which planner stickers I'm going to be using for that week, so I can write like Planning Rose's spring kit or whatever, and then I can put that in the corner, and then it kind of gives me an idea of how many kits I have and you know, whether or not I should probably stop buying some, but I really like these. And then these ones I specifically use to sticky tab in my planner binder where all of my stickers are, and then that way I can mark which one's which. Not necessary unless you're doing something like this. I also really like these for my bullet journal, and then these I sometimes use to indicate a page in my planner. And these just pull right out, and one side's sticky and one side's color coded. So I really like those for that. Another thing that I really like for my planner is a this week spread. I put this in my planner for the week that I'm pre-planning for. I go through, write the date, write everything down that I'm doing, and then I color code everything with some highlighters because I find it's just easier for me to read. I got this one specifically from Target in their one spot section. You can probably find these online. You could even probably make them yourself if you have access to a printer, and just make kind of a day of the week type thing and just put some lines under it. If you do not have Target, you can find them. Some people do sell them online, or you can become friends with someone that has a Target near them, but I've seen other stores sell these too. You can always find them something similar probably on Amazon too. But if you're gonna get at least one planner supply, I definitely recommend at least getting something like this to kind of organize your week because it just makes things so much easier. Something else that I really like are clips. This one came out of a mystery kit and it just kind of marks your week in your planner. And then I got this one again from Target. A lot of stuff is going to be from Target, FYI. These, you know, can just mark your page for your week, and that's how I mark in my planner. I like these because they're fairly thin. They're not gonna like bulk up the page too much, and you can find them on Amazon. You can find some in Target and Walmart. You can find some homemade ones on Etsy. Like, you can pretty much find them anywhere. This poor one kind of got a little beveled up a little bit, but that's okay. It's still usable. But I really like these, especially when you get through the year in your planner. It's a lot easier to find the page you're looking for. Some other extra accessories are some sort of cutting tool. I like to use just standard scissors. You can also use like kid scissors if you want something a little bit smaller. If you need to cut a sticker down, especially like a checklist, if you know, maybe the checklist has 5 or 6, which I think is like the standard, you can cut it down to a 3. But something else you can use to cut is this precision cutter, and I will leave links to the stuff I can find online down below. I really like this, and I've seen other planner girls like Mandy Dreams use these. It's just basically like an X-Acto knife, but it's not as sharp as an X-Acto knife. Super easy to use. I found this on Amazon. I really like it for cutting stickers, or just, you know, cutting if maybe a sticker doesn't fully come out, I need to cut it out. I find this makes it a lot easier than trying to use scissors. Also like really having a hole punch. You probably don't really need one unless you need it for your personal planner, but I like having one on hand because sometimes I might want to hole punch stuff and put it in my binder. So next we have Undu, which is a remover. It helps you pick up a sticker. You place it underneath the sticker and then just gradually pull it up. I really like it. It's kind of weird. You do have to be kind of careful with using it because if you use too much of this liquid, you can bleed it through your pages and it will probably tear your pages. So I'm just going to do a quick sample of it. I just have just a random odd loop sticker from their freebie. So what I like to do for it, so you take the lid off and you put a little bit of the liquid down. And then if I have too much liquid, I like to just put the lid on it so that more isn't coming out, because you use this little part to kind of try and scrape up the page, to scrape up the sticker, so it just comes out like that. I find when I've seen people that have ended up ripping their page is because the liquid will keep pouring out. If it's a larger sticker, you are going to need to leave the lid off because it's going to have to put more liquid under it. But if you feel you have too much, just put the lid on and keep using a little scraper tool to get it up. And once you get it up, you just have to set the sticker aside and let the page dry and let the sticker dry. You can tell that there's no mess on the page. It dried pretty quickly and the sticker will still be sticky. So you can put it back on there and you're good to go. But again, just be really careful with getting too much liquid because that is going to be your downfall with using Undu. So I used it several times before I actually started using it in my planner because I was paranoid. So next up we're going to be talking about storage. I like to use one of these like accordion files. I got this one from Target One Spot. You can find them in places like Walmart and other stationery stores. You can probably even find them in Michael's. I have mine labeled with every day of the week and then weekend, and then I use this for pre-planning. So any sticker that I'm going to use on Monday, I put in the Monday section. Any sticker I'm using on Tuesday, I use in the Tuesday section, because I find it's just a lot easier for me to plan that way. And there's a random sticker stuck to a page back here. Oops. I just really like this. A lot of people also use this to just store their stickers entirely, which works really well if you're very new to planning and you don't have as many stickers. Now in terms of actual sticker storage, as I mentioned, I do use just a binder. Got it from Target, got these inserts from Target. You can find them online, Michael's, Walmart, pretty much anywhere, and I just have each one labeled with the shop. And then I have a inventory list so I know what stickers I have, although I do need to update my inventory list. I find this to be the easiest way for me to store my stickers because I keep everything in a planner bag, and my lighting is going away. I hate you, sun. I'm using 2 lights and the sun's decided to hide. Anyway, but I find this to be the easiest way for me to hold my stuff. I've also seen people use a photo album to hold stickers, so really just use whatever is good for you. Next, I keep all of my planner supplies in terms of like pens and these extra clips and my cutting tool and stuff like that. In this is just like a pen holder case thing. I got this on eBay. I will try and link it if I can find it. It had different animals in front. There's a little smudge on this one, but that's okay. I really like this because it holds in my planner bag fairly easily. I can pretty much put anything in here. It even fits these pages that I use. fit in here really well too. As you can see, they do come in other sizes, but if you want something a little bit smaller, I have this Totoro one that I got also on eBay, and I usually just keep like my favorite pens in here that I kind of go to the most in this. And as you saw earlier, I had this like little rollout thing, which I keep any extra pens like these, which I also have a colored pencil one. I use this specifically not in my planner, but I used it sometimes in my bullet journal, and sometimes I use it just to like sketch or whatever, so I like having these in my bag too. But I really like these because they roll out pretty easily and they don't take up a lot of space, so I will link this below as well. But personally, I prefer something like this to kind of hold everything together, especially since it zips shut and I know everything's in here and I don't have to worry about it. So next we are going to talk about washi tape. This holder I specifically got on wish.com. I'll link it below if I can find it, but you can also probably find it on eBay and probably find something similar in Michael's or somewhere else. But I really like this because it's easy to kind of just pull up the amount of tape that you want and then rip it off. I mostly use washi tape to stick my this week in my planner, so I'll just kind of like stick that there and it'll go for that current week. A lot of people do use washi tape specifically in their planner. One thing I also like about this holder is it is stackable, so if you have several you can do that. I only have one because I got rid of a lot of my washi tape before I moved, but I just like having at least some sort of washi tape on hand because it's not as sticky as regular tape, so it makes it easier to stick stuff in my planner if I need to, but it's not going to like rip a page up if I take it out. But a lot of people do use washi in their planner as well, so I definitely recommend getting something to store it in because it just makes it so much easier. One thing I also forgot to mention is Wideout. I like using it when I write something down in my planner and I mess up. I prefer the tape Wideout, but I seem to have lost it when I moved, so I do just have this small liquid one, but it definitely makes things easier if you're trying to cover something up and you're not able to use a sticker for whatever reason. But that is pretty much kind of my basic planner supplies. If you're gonna get anything for your planner, I recommend getting several different pens to try over like the course of several months. Find one that you really like and stick to it. I recommend getting Undu at some point, especially if you use glossy stickers, because it really comes in handy. And I definitely recommend getting some sort of Post-it note or some sort of cutting tool. Those I think are kind of like the basics to kind of get you started, and then you can start getting like looking into storage, especially like long-term storage like I have, and kind of just go from there. But I think if you have like a favorite pen, that's definitely kind of the foundation for your planner supplies. So if you have any questions or any other suggestions for planner supplies you think people should have, please leave them in the comment section below. I do also have a video on how I set up my planner binder. I will link that below, and it'll also be in the same list as this. This is kind of just my beginner planner series type thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe. I put out new videos every week. And comment down below if there's anything else you want me to talk about in terms of planning, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.